What if I told you that the entire future of coding isn't just about writing better code faster, but about having an AI agent that can understand your entire project, reason through complex problems, and autonomously execute multi step coding tasks? Today, we are diving deep into Claude Code, Anthropic's revolutionary agentic coding tool that's changing how developers approach software development. Before we jump into Claude Code specifically, let's understand what agentic coding actually means. Traditional AI coding assistants are reactive. You ask a question, they give you an answer. You request a code, they provide a snippet. But agentic coding is fundamentally different. Agentic coding means giving an AI system the ability to understand your entire project structure, the project context, break down complex tasks into manageable steps, execute those steps autonomously, iterate and refine based on results, make decisions about the best approach to take. In a nutshell, think of it less like a smart autocomplete and more like having a skilled developer partner who can work independently while staying aligned with your goals. I hope you understand. And one is reactive, and the screen shows what is reactive programming and what is agentic programming. In reactive, it responds to input. We are giving an input and we are giving some instructions and execute those steps autonomously. In agentic coding, proactively taking actions, sets on goals, iterate and refine based on results. Let's enter the Claude world. Claude is actually Anthropic's command line tool that brings the power of Claude 4 directly into your development workflow. It's actually an agentic tool that lives in your terminal, understands your code base, and helps you code faster through natural language commands. By integrating directly with your development environment, Claude Code streamlines your workflow without requiring additional servers or complex setups. Claude Code can have the following capabilities. It can edit files and fix bugs across your code base, answering questions about your code's architecture and logic, executing and fixing test, linting, and other commands. It can search through Git repository, resolving merge conflicts, and creating commits and PRs. Browsing documentation and resources from internet using web search. And moreover, it can work with Amazon Bedrocks and Google Vertex AI for enterprise deployments. Why Claude Code? Claude Code operates directly in your terminal, understanding your project context and taking real actions. No need to manually add files to context, and Claude Code will explore your code base as needed. Okay, let's get Claude Code installed. It's surprisingly simple. You just need Node.js installed on your system. And if you want to check uh, you have Node.js, let's open a terminal and simply type the command node-v. Then you'll get a version number. That means you have Node.js installed. If you don't have Node.js installed, you can go to Node.js website. Okay. And you can install Node.js depending upon the operating system. You can click on this download Node.js button. Then that will download the Node.js installer into your system and you can directly install. And right now I am on a Mac machine, and if you are on a Windows, you will get an executable file. You can run that executable file. Okay, and I hope here you're going to get a .pkg file. You can directly install that on your Mac system. Okay, then after this you can open a new terminal and type the command node-v or hyphen version, or a short flag like, or you can use the short flag node-v. Then you will get the node.js version that you have installed right now. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, after installing node.js, you can try to install the Claude Code and using the npm command, and you can refer the official documentation how to install Claude Code in your system. And you can use the command npm install -g, put a space at anthropic -ai / Claude Code. You can copy this from here and you can paste it on your terminal. Okay, and this will try to install Claude Code in your computer. Okay, so it's very simple, and you just copy the command and paste that in your terminal. And now you install Claude Code globally. You can see a flag here that is -g, and that means we install Claude Code globally. Okay, and after installation, you need to log into, or you need to run the command Claude-code. This is a command. You can come down and you can click on the documentation here, and you'll get the detailed installation guide here. You need to authenticate Claude Code first. Okay, after installation, we need to authenticate Claude Code. That means you need a subscription plan to use Claude Code, or you can use an API. And I won't suggest API because that will sometime give you some unexpected bills. And I think Claude Code is available on your subscription plan. I think the Pro plan, and right now I'm using the Pro plan. And simply after installation, if your installation is correct, you can type this command CLAUD Claude. Then you'll get something like this. You can opt the theme you want. I want this theme. Okay, then you'll get something like this. Select the login method. You can use Claude account with subscription. That means you can use a Pro plan, or you can use the Max plan, that is $100 per month, and the Pro plan is I think affordable, $20 per month. Or you can use Anthropic console account, that is API usage building. And I think I won't suggest that. And you can use, if you have a subscription plan like this, you can use this. Okay, I'm going to take this, and that will move you into your account, and you need to authorize uh, Claude Code. Okay, that's it. And you just logged into your account. Then you can see a message here, login successful. Then press enter to continue. Okay, click here and press enter. Okay, that's it. Now you are uh, in the Claude world. Now, the Claude will ask you some questions like use Code's terminal setup for the optimal coding experience, enable the recommended settings for your terminal, option enter for new lines and visual bell, something like that. And I can select yes, go with the recommended settings. Okay, then you can actually we open the Claude Code in your home folder, I think, and they're asking the permission to access the files. And if you want to proceed, you can press yes, or otherwise you can exit. Okay, I'm not going to with this folder. We are going to create a subfolder, and then we are going to create some project using inside that folder, I think, and then we'll give access Claude Code to that folder only. I'm not going to access to my entire system. It's actually in users, in my user. Okay, and I'll exit. Then you just come out of the Claude world. Okay, and if you want to go again, you can use the command Claude, and again you will come into your Claude environment. I hope you understand. Let's try some basic commands, and we already logged in using a Claude account. And if you want to log out and log in again with some other account, first you have to do something like this. You have to enter uh, this command Claude. I think I have a typo here. Claude. Okay, CLAUD Claude. Okay, now you are inside the Claude. Okay, and I just go with proceed. Then if you want to type something, you can type here. Okay, so if you want to log out, you can put a slash here. Then you'll get some lists of commands, and here you can type log out. Okay, then you just logged out from your Anthropic account. If you want to log in again, you can use the command Claude again. Then that will ask you the same thing as we saw in the first section, like select the theme and like that. And I can go with the dark mode. Then you can opt this option. Then account with subscription. Then authorize Claude. Okay, and you are ready to go. Okay, you logged in again, and if you have another account, you can use that. Okay, press enter. Okay, then they'll give you some security notes. Cloud can make mistakes due to prompt injection risk. Only use it with Cloud code you trust. Okay, and okay, then go with the recommended settings, and they're asking the permission. I don't want to go with that. Okay, now let's create a folder. I'm going to create a new folder in my desktop, and I'm going to call it as my code base. Okay, okay, and I want to open that path in my terminal, and can go to, and you can put the command ls. Now you can see the desktop here, cd into desktop. Okay, and let me clear the screen. Okay, now you can move into that folder desktop. Okay, now you are inside desktop. Okay, I already done that. Okay, now I want to open, I want to give access to the this folder, and if you want to open Claude inside this folder, you can simply type Claude. Okay, go with that. Okay, operation not permitted, some errors. I don't think, what is this? Okay, Claude Code may need read file folder. Okay, operation not permitted. I don't know why it is like that. I think this is an iCloud thing, something. Okay, let's exit from this. We can put an escape here. Okay, press Ctrl C to exit. Let me clear this. Okay, and let's go with some other folders. Let me open my computer here. Okay, and inside my users, let me create a new folder, or let me move that folder into my users. Okay, and now I can open that here in my terminal. Cd double dot, and let's come out of this folder, put ls. Now I want to move into, where is that folder? Cd code base, code underscore base. Okay, then open Claude. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, that's it. I think the issue is that is desktop is actually cloud storage. We don't have permission to access that. That may be the issue. Okay, so I just created something like this. Okay, okay. Now Cloud Code can access this folder. Okay, and now let's create some real examples. What to show what is the capability of Cloud Code and what Cloud Code can do. Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's start with a completely fresh project. I'm in an empty directory, and I'm going to show you a basic workflow of using Cloud Code. Okay, let me open my terminal, and let's create a folder. You can call it as expense underscore manager. Okay, and you can move into that expense manager. Okay, I think I have a typo. Okay, and this folder is actually empty. Nothing is here, and total, you can see total 0 files and folders, and it's empty. Now here the magic happens. Instead of planning out files, writing some boilerplate, setting up the structure, I'm just going to tell Claude Code what I want to build. Okay, let's try that. Let me clear the terminal. Okay, and let me expand this terminal a bit again. Okay, and clear it again, because you can see the previous things here. Okay, now I can have this Claude here. Okay, and give the permission to the Claude. Okay, now you can give the instruction here. Okay, and they already give you some tips. Ask Claude to create a new app or clone a repository. Use Claude to help with the file analysis, editing, bash commands, and Git Be as specific as you would with another engineer for the best result. Okay, so let's give some instruction. I'm going to give some instruction. Create a personal expense manager web application using vanilla JavaScript, HTML, and what else? And you can give CSS, CSS, and include features. And you have to be specific features for adding what? For adding expense categories, viewing spending history. Then you can have budget tracking and visual summaries, something like that. You can give as per your requirement spending history. Then I need budget tracking and visual summaries. I need a professional UI. Then use charts. Okay, and what else? We need to store local storage. Okay, I haven't pressed the enter button. Let me open my VS Code. Okay, then you can see the files the Claude is actually creating. Then let me open in that folder. I mean our expense tracker, and open a folder. What is that folder? It's actually inside users, then my user, then expense manager. Open. Okay, and you can see I can trust this, and you can see the folder is actually right now empty, and we haven't pressed the enter button here. Now you can see the magic here. And previously, if you are trying to build this your own, that means we are writing the code, we are building the UI, we are setting up everything. It will take some time. I think for me it takes at least 2 to 3 days to build a beautiful things and like this. And if you are using Claude or agentic coding like Claude, the magic will be, and I'm going to press enter here. Okay, and you can see Claude is analyzing this thing. Okay, it is breaking down this into manageable task, and you can use it updates the to-dos, and it already created a plan. Okay, it's continuously updating that plan, and it's actually gives you what are the steps he's actually going to take. Okay, now Claude will Claude will analyze, plan the HTML structure for the user interface, CSS, then JavaScript modules, local storage implementation, chart libraries, budget tracking, and alert systems. Okay, and it's actually planning something. Okay, and it's already created the index.html file. Then it is asking you, shall I write that into your folder? Okay, and you can give it something like this. You can press enter. Then you can see here, okay, your file is here. It's created. Okay, now it's creating one task is completed. You can see a green color here. Now it is working with the build CSS styling with modern professional UI design. Once it is completed, it will ask you again to write that into your folder. Okay, this is how it works, and it's actually iterating. And you can even run this and give a feedback. And if you don't like the visual appearance, you can take a screenshot, you can upload that into the Claude Code. Claude will uh, analyze that and improve that UI or anything. It's not about UI. You can do any files. You can just simply drag and drop files to this terminal. That's the beauty of this thing. Okay, and it is creating. Let's wait. What is actually the output is? Okay, now it's created the style actually, and it asking you permission again. And if you want to, if you don't want to give permission every time, you can opt the second option and click here, select the, use the arrow key to select the second option and press enter. Now it won't ask you again, it will automatically add all those files into your folders. Now you can see your style is here, your style is here, your index file is here. Now it's implementing JavaScript, it's actually writing the script right now. Okay. Okay, and it's actually not creating isolated pieces. Each file is designed to work with others. The HTML references the CSS class and that are being defined. The JavaScript manages the DOM elements that are being created. This is comprehensive and it's a coordinated development. Okay, and let's wait the system to complete or the Claude to complete the task. Okay, and you have this much task to complete, and let's wait for that. I'm pausing the recording right now, and after completing, I'll show you what is the output. Okay, it's actually completed the app.js and all the functionalities. Now, the remaining thing is actually test all features and ensure data persistence. And it is actually asking you, do you want to run this project? Okay, I'm not going to run it from here. Or if you press enter, you can click here and press enter, and this is actually running. Okay, let's wait. What is happening here? Okay, you have an error, command timed out. Okay, and let's run it by our own. Okay, it's asking you again, test all features and ensure data persistence. Okay, this is what we need to complete. Okay, now let's quickly click here. I'm going to select the index.html here. Okay, and it already give you a summary of what is actually done by Claude Code. Okay, now you can run this by opening your index.html. I'm going to run this from my using my live server. Just right click on your index.html and open with live server. Okay, this is what you got. Okay, expense manager. There is nothing here. Personally, I don't like the UI. Okay, and to be frank, I didn't like the UI. We'll improve that. Okay, now this is a dashboard and this is the expense you can have. Let me have an expense of amount 1,000. Okay, and you don't have any category first. I think we need to create a category. Okay, and I think we already have some categories. Okay, that's fine. So description, this is for my food expense. Okay, and select the category food and dining. And today it's actually 14th of June. Then add expense. So you got a message here, expense added. Come to your dashboard. Okay, the chart is not proper. It's actually indefinitely moving. Okay, we need to fix that. Let me close this and come to Claude again and ask the Claude to redefine that. The UI isn't visually appealing and the chart is actually not working. It's scrolling indefinitely. Okay, you don't know how to worry about the spelling, I think. Okay, this is AI. It can understand what is actually you are asking. Okay, and that's the beauty of this thing. We don't have to master everything. You just ask it to do what you're actually what is your intention, and your communication is I think much easier. Okay, it's fixing some errors, and let's wait what is the output of that fix. And let me open this again in my live server. Okay, it's actually fixing. and it's actually our live server, and you can see the fixes here. Okay, let me refresh that. Still that is happening like this. Okay, and it's actually redefining the UI with modern professional styling and a better animation and transition. Test all functionalities and fix the chart loading and infinite scrolling issues. Okay, let me refresh this again. Okay, still that way. Okay, let me pause this and wait for Claude to complete this. Okay, and now this is how your UI looks. It's more beautiful than what we actually get previously. Now the chart is actually showing a better visual representation. I think that indefinite scrolling is removed, but it hasn't completed the fixes here. Okay, now it's completed, and let me refresh this thing. Now your chart is perfect. Let me add some expense here. Okay, I think this category drop down isn't styled, and we can fix that, and I can have some other expense here, and I think this is fuel. Okay, and if you have that category, no, I don't have category. Okay, we have the category transportation. Okay, add expense. Expense is added. This thing is cleared, and come to dashboard. You have two transactions, but the monthly spending is actually showing not showing any data. Okay, actually we are in June. It's still showing monthly expense 0. Okay, so let's do that. The monthly chart isn't showing anything. Okay, use simple and specific prompt. Okay, let's wait. Okay, see, it's actually what is happening here. It already know the context, what you're building, what is the issue, what are the files. Okay, it is actually thinking about and analyzing the code, and automatically finding what is the actual issue and where does the issue actually persist, and if there is an issue, it's actually fixing it by itself. Okay, now you can see the magic here. It's actually fix that value, fix that bug here, and it's showing the showing your expense monthly spending, and you can see a hike here. And in June you have more spending than May. Okay, and this is the future of coding, and this is how this agentic coding actually works. Okay, now it's actually fixing, and I think it's making the fixes again. It's not satisfied with the output. Okay, and let me wait for it to complete that fix. Okay, fix monthly chart not displaying data. Okay, but it's still not showing any data here. Let me refresh. Okay, still it's actually not showing. Okay, you can tell the Claude that still not showing. Okay, let's wait. The beauty is you can give a prompt, give all the permission, then go and have a cup of tea and come back and see the result. And this is the future of software development, and this is simple web application. You can do anything like this, and it can be a web mobile application, it can be a complex REST API, everything. And provider you actually need tokens, and it's actually working based on the tokens. And in your pro plan you have limited number of tokens, and if you are using the max plan you have more number of tokens. And if you are actually opted that API usage billing, and I think uh, you have unlimited tokens, I think, and but you'll get a bill at the end of the day. Okay, I won't suggest that. Let me stop my uh, recording and let's wait it to complete. Okay, it's actually still like that, and now I can give a feedback to this Claude Code, and it's actually thinking that that thing is actually coming in your UI. but we don't have anything in our monthly spending trend. Let me take a screenshot of this thing, and for taking a screenshot, I think command shift 5. Now you can select this area. I want to show the Claude code. What is the output actually is? Okay, this is my output. Press enter. Now I took a screenshot, save to desktop. Okay, this screenshot is actually in your desktop, and this is a screenshot. Let me drag the screenshot to here. Okay, and it's actually here, and I can give this is my UI actually looks no data in my monthly spending chart. Okay, now this Claude will analyze that picture, and it can find what is the actual issue is. Let me fix the issue, and Claude is saying let me fix this so the chart shows a proper baseline and even when there is okay. And okay, designing, let's improve the y-axis to show a better thing. Monthly spending is actually still showing nothing. Okay. Okay, perfect. Monthly spending trend chart will be. Let me refresh this again. No, it's still not showing anything. Okay, make a make a plan first and think deeply. Okay, you can ask Claude Code to make a plan and think deeply. Okay, as a software engineer, uh, your your future is something like this. I think it's my opinion. You have to give the prompt. You have to give the instructions. You don't have to write any code. But I think these platforms are actually not for coders. If you know what is actually, if you know JavaScript, if you know HTML, if you know CSS, and if you know the basic fundamental things in software development, you can build anything. But if you are a no coder, I think it's just a toy. Okay, so let's keep editing, give the permission. Okay, it's actually keeping editing this thing. Okay, let's wait it. Okay, and now you can see it's actually put some test data and it's actually verifying this thing is working properly. Okay, and it's wrote already some test data. Then it's actually verifying itself. Okay, this thing is working. Okay, it's actually working. We can show some graph here, and it's with the test data. Okay, so let's wait. Okay, it's actually Claude has actually asked me to show the console, and I just pasted that console here. And by analyzing the console, Claude understand that, and there is a mismatch in the date picking, like, and you can see here. Okay, and the issue is actually like this. Your expenses are dated 2025/6/14, but the chart is looking for 2025/5. Okay, not 6 June. Okay, and it actually fixing that. Okay, I think the fix is completed. Let me add one more expense here. Expense. Okay, amount is some value here. Description some what else? Again, food. Okay, select the category food, and let me take the date, some previous date. Okay, I can have something like this, add expense. Okay, expense is added. Now you can see you have an expense, monthly expense. It's actually appeared as May. Okay, and you have one more issue here, I think. Okay, it's not perfect, but you can play with Claude, and you can give the feedback to Claude to fix that, and fix to find actually what is the issue is. You can ask. You can either you can give the you can go to inspect, and you can see the console here. What is actually happening here, and you can give the console a screenshot, or you can copy the entire thing here. Okay, and you can paste it here, and it's actually pasted here. the expense, the monthly expense chart is not showing data properly. I mean, if I add April, it's actually showing in June, something like that. Or if I actually add June, it's actually showing in May, something like that. You can play with Claude. Okay, now let's connect this with some connect it to your, it's actually analyzing, connect it to your GitHub using the MCP protocol. And you may heard about MCP. I think Model Context Protocol. That is a game changer here. Okay, so you can have something like this. It's actually March, then you have an April expense, then you don't have anything in May, and you have expense, monthly expense in June. Okay, I think this is okay. Now it is fixed. Okay, that's perfect. Now we need to connect, or you need to push that into our GitHub. Okay, so previously we created a project, we initialize an repository inside my project folder, then we manually do all these things. Now you can use Claude Code to do that. Okay, let's do that. Okay, and this is what we have achieved right now using Claude Code. Okay, now we have to push that into our GitHub repository. And normally we just initialize a repository and we do some commits, and we manually create a repository inside your GitHub, and we manually push that from the project folder. This is what we actually did right now. But you can use a protocol called MCP protocol, and with the help of that MCP protocol and MCP servers, you can push, you can automate this thing. MCP is actually a protocol developed by Anthropic. It's actually called Model Context Protocol. It is developed by Anthropic to enhance how application interact with and provide context to language models like Claude Opus or Claude 4, something like that. Okay, and it's actually a bigger topic. So I'll do a video about MCP protocol separately, and in that video I'll explain what is actually the architecture and what is actually MCP is. Okay, right now I'm using MCP protocol and an MCP server, a GitHub server, to push to automate that GitHub things. Okay, so let's do that. And before that, we have to check what are the MCP servers we right now have. For that, you can use open a terminal, write the command Claude MCP list. Okay, and this will give you the servers you have configured. Right now we don't have any servers, no MCP servers configured, and you will get an instruction how you can configure the MCP server. Use Claude MCP add, and you have to mention the server name, which one you want to add. Okay, there are a lot of servers like GitHub, you have Google Drive and Puppeteer, and there are a lot of servers. Okay, you can use which one you can configure which one you want. Okay, let's try to configure GitHub first. Okay. Okay, and if you want to add a MCP server, especially the GitHub, you can paste this command: Claude MCP add GitHub at model context protocol slash server GitHub. This is a command, and press enter. Now you can see added to stdio MCP server GitHub with command. Okay, now now we need to configure this thing. I mean, you need an access token from GitHub. You have to go to GitHub and you have to generate a token. Okay, so next is we need to configure this thing. Okay, let's do that. Okay, right now I'm inside my github.com, and you can see the instructions here. You can go to github.com and go to settings and press here, and or you can click here on the profile icon. You can see the settings here. Okay, now inside the settings at the top at the bottom you have developer settings. Okay, now this is your settings page, and here you have to take personal access tokens. Okay, and you can select the tokens classic. Okay, now you can select the token classic. Now you have to generate a new token. You can generate a new token here. I'm not going to show that token here for the security purpose. Not going to show that. Okay, now you can generate the token, and after generating the token, copy the token. Okay, then you have to run this command export GitHub token equal to your token here. Actually, I am on a Mac machine. Okay, and one more thing, and you can do this Claude Code and thing on right now on Windows, and no, not on Windows. It's actually working in Linux and Mac. Okay, not on Windows. Okay. Okay, I have configured my uh, GitHub server, I mean the MCP server, and let's check the status again, and let's click here and MCP list. Now you can see your GitHub server is configured. Now you can follow this instruction on the left side. Uh, okay, and first you have to navigate your project directory. That means we are inside the project directory. Then step 2 is actually initialize a Git repository, add to your uh, staging area. Then you can commit this thing. Then use MCP to create GitHub repository. Since you have already configured, you can use MCP tools to create repository. Okay, then okay, let's try that. Okay, and okay, I just given an instruction, create a Git repository and an MD file. Okay, and it's actually creating something. Let's check that. Okay, and this is the expense manager, and I think this is not the expense manager. Something this is something else. Okay, and let me take our expense manager actually. Okay, and go to file, open folder, and where is the expense manager? Open. This is the expense manager. Let me close this. Okay, and it's already created readme.mt. Okay, it's actually asking you some permissions and git init and something like that. And I don't want to see this again and again. Let me give the permission. Okay, I just given the permission. Okay, and okay, now it's actually a Git repository. You can see the Git related things here. Okay, and it's actually again asking you the permission. I don't want this. Okay, and it's actually adding the all the things to the staging area, and I hope you are comfortable with Git. Okay, 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 you want to proceed, Claude. Okay, okay, I think we need to authorize. No, it's actually we are actually using a token. Okay, it's a public repository. Okay, GitHub CLE isn't installed. Okay, it's installing some necessary tools. Okay, it's actually on branch main, nothing to commit, working tree clean. Would you like to create a GitHub repository? Would you like to create a value, or would you like to prefer MCP tools differently? Use MCP. Okay. Let's check. Okay, I'm going to give the permission here, and I think we have some issues. It's actually checking some available tools here. Okay, sender. Check the permissions, and on branch main, nothing to commit. Its tree is clean actually. That means your local repository is actually created, and it's trying to push that to the GitHub. Okay, done. It's actually used. Let me install git CLI and use it. Okay, and install gh. It's actually needs some additional tools. Okay, it's actually installing the tools by itself. What are the things he needs? Okay, okay, downloading something, and it's actually try to utilize that tools. Great. Okay, and it's actually asking the GitHub auth token, and that we already exported. It's trying to log into our Git repo using the token. Mm. Wait. Okay. I think this is taking some time because it's actually first time I'm trying to do that. That's why it's taking some time. Okay, now let's authenticate the GitHub and create a repository using GitHub CLI. It's trying to authenticate, and let's wait for the result. Okay, everything is happening in the background because we already provided the auth token. He's using that token to authenticate. And make sure that your token is actually a valid thing. And while creating a token, you can set the expiry and all those things. And I have given a permission, a repo permission. Okay, let's wait it. Let me pause the recording. Otherwise it will be boring for you. Okay, now it's actually trying to use that MCP GitHub tools to create a repository inside my GitHub. Okay, I'm going to give the permission. Actually, I'm going to give the permission like this, and let's wait whether it works or not. It's already shows I'm logged in. Okay, it's actually creating something here. Okay, let's check it's created. Okay, let me check whether it is created. No, I can't see anything here. Let me refresh this thing. Okay. Okay, it's actually created a repository here. Okay, we actually created manually here. Now we created it from the Claude Code environment. Okay, now it is actually asking me whether you need to add this this origin to a local repository. I'm going to give the permission yes. Okay, and it's actually adding that origin, and it's actually asking you whether you need to push this. Yes, push this. And right now this is a repository. Okay, it's actually pushing to the branch main. Okay, and done. Okay, and a local code push to the main branch. You are all set. And let me click on this repository. Now you can see all these files are here. Okay, and this is how you use MCP tool to push your repository to the GitHub. Okay, and there are a lot of MCP tools that is actually useful while you are building a software using this platform like Claude or OpenAI or Gemini, whatever you're using. Okay, and it's MCP is actually a USB-C port. It's actually helps you to send data to the remote servers. In my understanding, I'll give you a detailed video about MCP tools. MCP tool. In that, I'll help explain what is actually MCP, what is the architecture, Okay, all those things. Okay, so we successfully created a software, and we successfully pushed that software into our GitHub repository. Okay, now let's wrap these things up. Claude actually helped us to accelerate the development actually, because we actually given a prompt, and we refine that prompt continuously, and you already visualize the output, and it's actually working. And instead of actually a code snippet, you get a complete well architectured application with proper separation of concern. Okay, then when adding features, it understands the existing code and integrates seamlessly rather than creating conflicts. Okay, then you can integrate tools like MCP tools, and Cloud Code can interact with external services like GitHub, databases, and APIs, making it a complete development environment. Okay, and imagine that you just deployed into a new project team, and you don't know what is actually uh, the code base is. Now you can use that Cloud Code to give you a summary of that project or what is happening in that project. Okay, that will make help you your onboarding process much easier than the conventional way. In the conventional way, you need to depend upon some senior developer or someone else, and he will help you explaining the code, what are the things, how the things are working. Okay, now that things are changed, and companies, I think, are adopting this tools like Cloud Code to easily onboard a new employee. Okay, and I'll show you. And I'm a new employee. Explain the project to me. Okay, I just given a prompt. Okay, and Claude will check this project and give you and it's actually reading all the files, and it will give you a summary of what is actually happening in this project, what is the project. And okay, and this is a project that this is a client side expense tracking application. Okay, blah blah blah, and you got all these things, key files, how it works, and how can you run this. All those things are things. Okay, and you got all the things. Okay, that's it. And this much simple is nowadays the onboarding process or the development process. Okay, and what is the future as a software developer? What is the future? Okay, before winding the video, let me explain my concerns, or let me tell you my concerns. What is the actual future of a software developer or a software development? We have seen Claude Code right now, and it just represents more than just a tool. It's a glimpse into the future of software development. But what does this mean for a software developers? Are we becoming obsolete? Absolutely not. Instead, we are evolving into something much more powerful. The role of a software developer is fundamentally shifting from code implementer to a solution architect and product visionary. Think about what we just accomplished. I didn't write a single line of code, yet we built a sophisticated expense management application with advanced features, proper architecture, documentation, and even deployed it into GitHub. But here is a key: every decision about what to build, how it should work, and what problems it should solve came from me. Actually, you given the instruction to the Claude to do what next. Okay, so in my opinion, the future software developers will focus on problem identification and solution design. That means understanding the business needs, user pain points, and translating them into technical requirements. And he can architecture and system he can be the architecture and the system thinking. That means making a high level decision about how systems should work together and what technologies to use and how to scale solutions. And you can decide the product strategy, like understanding the market needs, user experience, and how technology can create value like that. And obviously, the quality is main concern. So the quality assurance and validation, ensuring that AI generated solutions actually solve real problems and meet quality standards. And AI can be a creative problem solver. You can tackle complex tasks, novel problems that require human insight and creativity. I hope you understand. And in practice, this means developers will spend more time talking to users and stakeholders to understand real needs, designing system architecture and data flows, making strategic technology decisions, reviewing and validating AI generated code for quality and security, solving complex integration challenges, leading technical teams, and mentoring others. Okay, so what AI can replace is human judgment, creativity, empathy for users, and the ability to understand complex business context. The Express Manager we built today works because I understood what features would actually be useful for managing personal finances. That insight, the product sense, the understanding of human needs, that's what remain uniquely human and incredibly valuable. So future isn't about developers being replaced. It's about developers being amplified, free from the tedious part of coding to focus on strategic, creative, and fundamentally human aspects of building a great software. So AI is not going to replace you. In my opinion or in my understanding, you need to master this thing. You need to know how to use this tools properly, and you need to know how to prompt or how to give instruction to these tools properly. Then you can build beautiful applications, user friendly applications, like we did right now. Okay, so I'm winding up the video. Thank you for watching, and keep learning new technologies. Okay, I'll come up with a next AI video. I'm going to planning to explain the MCP protocol. Okay, so software industry is changing, and don't hesitate to adopt that change. Thank you.